Okay, someone has done okay table. Did you get the output, Hemant? Like yellow border, and you have taken the name Likita, and then next you have taken second row in the TH, and then TD you have okay green, and then did you get the output? I will just copy and check once. Yes. So today we are going to discuss. I will also show one example of the row span. Just see. So this is one of the code shade. So let us check how it gets the output. Okay, you have got the row span and have divided here. Okay, that's what I was checking. You wrote one more TD here. See, this is not properly coming the output. Here, mobile number has to come here in the address place. If you can see the screen, Hemant, this 45623 should come here. Address should come to the new line. Now, if you see address Hyderabad is in the row of mobile number, it should not be like that. Mobile number should come in these two rows, whatever you are getting. In the next row, Hyderabad has to come. Okay, is it clear? So in the next row, Hyderabad has to come. We have to little change the code. Okay, I did not check in the I did not check the code. Okay. Okay, fine. Now I have shown so like this you should not get. You should come into the new line. Okay, let us see how can we modify that. It's okay, fine. Okay, okay, no problem, no issue. You can just change little coding. Okay. So let us see one example on the row span now. So here what we have to do, I will write separately one new code. This was correct, but little changes, small changes have to be made. So let us write that. So let us create one new example which we are going to do with the row spanning. So now row span dot html 2.html. Now I'm going to write here HTML tag. So this is the root element where we are starting what? HTML tag, right? So inside the HTML tag, if you want, you can write head or directly the body tag. And in the body tag, you want to give the BG color. You can give what? BG color is equal to, you can give some color in the background, and then after this we wanted to create one table with row span. So let us write H2 and I am giving attribute as align equal to center. Okay, and then here you have to close the h2 tag, and I'm writing like example row span example, row span what example. And now after this let us start the table tag, and the table I'm just giving the border of the table is equal to some 2 or something, and then cell spacing. So what we are giving, cell spacing is equal to some 5, and also I'm giving like cell padding, and also the cell padding is equal to also some 4. Like this is like the table root tag. Inside the table we are going to write the row and the column tag. Okay, inside the table we are going to write the row and column tag. Okay, so let us write here the row. First one tr. So tr we are writing first row. So what is the question I asked? Like it has to come name, address and all that we have to write, right? So first row will be like name. So let us write like we have to start with heading th. So in this th, I'm going to write like name, and the next should be what? TD. So TD will be what? Likitha. So like this we have to write. Yes. So how the output should come? I will just show the output once. Like in C HTML, I have created one. I think so. So this is something like this. We need the output. So now first, according to that, what we wrote name, and then we got the name of. Now next what? Mobile number. So this row has been completed. Yes or no? So now this row is done. So next start one more row tr. In this tr also the first one is heading, no, mobile number. So what we have to take here? TH, not TD. We have to take what? TH. In this, we have to write like what? Mobile number. So then next, close the TH as the heading. Now what should happen? The next should be like the next, this row has to be spanned again into two multiple rows. So where we have to give here row span? Here we have to give what? Row span. Means this particular row, whatever for the TR, it has to be spanned again into multiple rows. Then one will be this, and again here I am going to, let us, we can possibly give and just check how it is coming. So again you are giving how many rows? Two rows here. Means this row has to be spanned again into two multiple rows. In this, the first row in TD, we are giving what? One number. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And again, that row will be closed. That row will be closed again here. We have to start with what? One more TR. So here we have to write. See, we will make mistake and we can rectify it. Yes. Again, we can write one more TD tag here, and then here you can write some number. This is like in the second row, one value. Now let us see how it comes, and if there is anything that if it is not spanned, we can again try. See how we got it. Background color, we got row span. Now this is spanned into how many rows? Two rows. So wherever we want the spanning for that particular row or a column, there we have to give the spanning. Now here mobile number has to be spanned into two sub rows. So we are giving here row span is equal to 2. When it is spanned in the first row, I am giving as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this row has to be completed, no? That's why we closed the row and opened one more row. That means one more row is this one. In this TD, we are writing as what? 1, 3, 4, 5, 3. That has been displayed. Again, that row is ended because it has to span only for two sub rows. So now the row is done. Again, we have to write the third row TR. And here we have to write in TH what? Address. What we have to write? Address. And again, for the address, we are writing TD as what? The address is, suppose say Hyderabad. Got it? Save this. Done. Now I'm going to save again, go back to the browser and then refresh the page. We got it separately or not? Yes. So like this we have to do a small change, like how we have to do. Column span will be little easier, row span will be little tricky. How we have to do it? Wherever we want, we have to give the span, and span is equal to what? 2. How many rows you want, you can give. Now here we gave two rows. So first row value is this is the second row value. If you span into three rows, again you have to open and close only with single column, because it has to have only single value, no? So that one. Clear everyone? So like this we can create the table. This is for what? Row and row spanning in the table. Online students, I'm going to share this example in the chat box. So just all of you see. Okay. So table border th. Okay. Just check with the code. Row span example word only to change color tag. If you want to use the text color, you are telling text color, we have to use the font tag, or in css we will be using that, we will discuss that. Overall font tag is used to change the color of what? Text. So that's what you are asking, Naresh. If you want to change the text color, font tag we can use, or in css also we will be changing that, we'll discuss. Ankita, can you see? You told like the screen is stuck. Is it visible for everyone? Is it visible for everyone, the screen? Okay, what about Ankita? Okay, fine. So just check this. Did you understand? Yes, yes, Hemant. Is it clear now, everyone? The row spanning and the column spanning and the table tag and giving the color for the table and row. Particular cell also we can give for row and the cell. Everything we can give. So like this we will be giving. And also there are so many properties that we can add for the table. Not only this, we can add different colors for the text, and also we can collapse the border of the table. We are having now double border. For cell one border is there, overall table one border is there. We can collapse the border also, and we can also add the width and height for the cell specifically. Now using spanning we are increasing the cell size or something, but if you want you can give specific width and height for the table also. But all these will be done in the style tag. Style is the tag which is used in the css. Okay, like we have there different types of styles, as I said: inline, internal and external. So generally if you want for the tag itself, we will be using inline style. Using that we can apply. So now basic things we will be learning. It's not like HTML is over. We will add CSS separately after HTML. And whatever you are learning now in the HTML, for each and every tag, for list, table, everything, whatever you are going to learn, for that tags we will be applying the CSS again. Everything clear? Because now if I combine both now only without knowing the basic all tags, it will be confusing for you. Okay, we'll go in a flow. So I hope it is clear everyone for the table tag. So now in the application tags, whatever we have learned in the application form, we have seen about like different tags: ordered list and unordered list and list tags. In the application tags we have list tags, and also we have seen like table tag. And we can also see now the form tags, how to create the application form. Okay, so we can create one form, like how we are going to see the text boxes, radio buttons. Like this you can see the forms, right? If you click the Gmail option, you will be seeing one web browser where it is will be asking you to enter the username and password, right? And one submit button, like that. So those application forms can be developed here. So that is what is called form tag. What is that? Form tag. So using this form tag you will be developing. Okay, so that also we will be learning how we are going to develop the form. So next is the form tag. Form also will be like opening is this form tag, and then closing is this form tag. Okay, open and what? Close. Okay, so now in this form tag we are having, like how table tag is having tr, td, th child tags. In the same way, form tag is also having what? Child tags. So the child tags are like, in the form there are so many tags. Like one of the tag is like input tag. What is that? Input tag, the basic one. So in this input tag, this is like a single tag. I told, right, for few tags there will be no closing. Only the open tag will be there. That itself acts as opening and closing. So this input tag will come into that category. So this input tag is having itself as like open and close. So what we will be writing here, this input tag is used for inputting, giving the data from our keyboard. So we have one attribute importantly, that is what? Type attribute. What is that? Type attribute. The type attribute will be giving different types here. Like you have to tell here what is the type of text you are creating. Either you want to enter text or password or text area. Like this, you have so many options. So in this type attribute, you will be specifying that. Okay, and if you want to give name to the text box, you can also provide what? Name. So why we will be requiring the name? Because in future when you are learning javascript, you will be doing validation. Validation means what? When you click the submit button of any Facebook or Gmail or Amazon, without entering anything in the text box, if you click submit, will it allow? It will give a alert message or something in red color that you have to enter. That means what? It is checking whether you entered in the text box or not. So for that checking purpose, we need what? Name. Using this name, you will be knowing, with that name you will be either person has entered in the text box or not. If the text box is empty, it is not fetching anything, then it will give you a message like input text username is empty, please enter it. In the same way for the password also, password is empty, please enter it. And based upon that we fetch that value and we perform the validation. Like for the password, we have some conditions to be satisfied, right? Password should be 6 or letters or 8 letters. It should contain numbers, alphabets, special characters, capital letter ones. These all validations, if I have to do, I have to fetch it first, whatever that you are typing in the text box, right? So for that purpose we require name. Using that name of the text box, we are fetching the value. Okay, so we can give name to the form also, as well as what? To the text box. So when I am fetching, I will fetch like name. Suppose here I am giving the name as like login, and here I am giving the name as like uname. So how I will fetch? Login dot uname dot value. Like that I will fetch. We will learn that in javascript. But you should know, right, why we are using name attribute. As of now, if you're not using name, it's not a issue, but you should use it when you are actually developing an application. Without that we cannot fetch. Okay, so either there are some other process also to fetch, either name or id also you can give. That we will see, but mostly we will be fetching with what? Name. And then next, like this you can give input tag, how many text boxes or anything you want, you will be using the input tag that many number of times. So here one value you can give for the input is what? Text. And one more value I'm giving, like you can give as like what? Password. Close the password. And then next, you can also give here name is equal to, in double quotes, pwd, password. And then you want just these two text boxes, and before the text box you want to enter some data, right? Like a username, whatever you type it is displayed on screen. And again before to input I'm writing like password. Means the person who sees your application, he should know what he has to enter. So for that purpose we will be giving what? Username and password. And then you will be closing what? Form tag. Okay, now along with the username and password, we also need one button to click it, right? So you have a button tag also, but using input tag also you can create a button. So what you will write, input type is equal to what? Submit. What you are writing, you can write button also. Yes, that is also correct. But what is the advantage of giving button? There is some small advantage here. You can give here one attribute called what? Action. For the form, I have given one attribute as what? Name, and one more attribute as what? Action. In this action, you will be providing what the link of the file it has to open. Ante when you click the submit button or any button, it has to open some page, no? When you click Gmail, it will open a page like your Gmail inbox and right. So that page link should be given here in what? Action. Means when you click the button, it has to go to which page? It has to go to which page? So that you will be providing in which tag? Action tag. Clear everyone? You have to go to what? Action tag. So like this, input what? Type is equal to submit. If you are giving button, it won't go to action. Again, you have to provide here one link of the file. On click, some attributes are there. But instead of that, generally form submit means it has to go to action. It will by default. And on the button, some message should be there. No, click, login, submit. You will see, no. For that purpose, we have to give what? Value. Whatever you give on the value, that will be the display text on the button. Okay, click, login, submit, whatever you give. This is like simple page. As of now, we are not really developing an application, so action can be given any file that we have created just for testing purpose. Okay, so is it clear, everyone? Online students, is it clear? Once we will see about like one example so that you will be understanding. I'm creating one form. Here, let us create one file. I'm going to create like form 1.html. Form 1 dot what? HTML. And here I'm going to write the HTML tag, and then I'm going to write the body tag, and here I'm going to write in H2 or something like login form. What is that? Login form. And in the body, I'm going to give like BG color is equal to, I'm going to give like pink, simple color. And then here, you are going to write like, as I said, which tag you will be writing? Form tag. So the form tag inside the form, for the form also attributes are there. I said no. For the form, name is equal to. It's not mandatory. If you want, you can use like a login form, LGN I have given. And then action. Action is like to which file it has to be opened. That action we have to give. Like already we created so many files. I'm giving one any file name link like a heading.html. Give some name that we have. Now, just for testing. Now here I said, right, you have to give what? Username colon. Now here I'm going to write like in the username what I have to mention? Input type is equal to. You have to give here whatever you want, text or whatever it is, text. And then name is equal to, you are giving like name, any name you want you can give, you name or anything, no problem. And then I'm going to write like what? Password colon. And then I'm going to write like input type is equal to, this time what? It is a password, no? Password means it should not be visible, dots or stars, something should come. So the type should be always like what? Password. And then name, whatever you want you can give in double quotes, what? PWD. So like this you have to give. And then close this, username and password. And then finally we are going to create what? One submit button. So input, what we have to give? Type is equal to, in double quotes, what? Submit. And then here value. So value is equal to, here You have to click like login or click or whatever you want, and then close. So like this we are creating the form. Now form is also closed, right? So let us save this and run once, and let us see if we need some modifications to be done. So how we got the output? Username, password, and then what? Login. So when I type the username, suppose I'm giving the username as what? Likita. And then password I am typing like some name. Is it visible? It is coming as like what? Dots. And then when I click on login, it is opening some page. Heading dot html. Yes or no? It has given what? Link. Directly I have not used any tag, like anchor tag is generally used for providing link. We'll discuss that. But I have not given any link here. Automatically, since the type is submit, it is going to what? Action. Okay, so like that it is going. But if you see here, everything is in what? Same line, because these are inline tags. What are these? Input tags are what? Inline tags. It cannot come to the new line automatically. So you have to give here like break tag. What is that? Break tag. Now when you give the break tag, it has to come to what? It will come to what? New line. So now if you see, now save this, go back to the browser and refresh. We got to the new line or not? So input password and then what? Login. So now since I have not provided validation, it will go to the page. Even though I don't give any data, because we did not still learn the validation. So it will go to what? New page. How many times you give break tag, it will come into the that many new lines will be created. You can see here I'm giving one more break tag to properly adding one more line. I'm saving this, go back here and refresh. See, we got again in the new line. Just we can arrange this to display in what? Proper way. And you can type the password and whatever username and password, and then click login. It is coming. Yes, clear everyone. And here, online students, is it clear all about the form tag?
So I question, ma'am, we click on submit button, right? How did you invoke anything like how that heading HTML to display?
Yes, that's what I wrote. I wrote here, right? When I click the login button, the nature of when you give the type as submit, it automatically checks for the action attribute. In the
Oh, it
action
was
attribute,
oh, mhm.
yes, in the action attribute, I have given heading.html, right? So that is the reason when I click the login, it is going to the heading. See how the nature of text is for displaying the text. Password nature is what? Displaying dots. It won't be
Password.
visible.
Okay.
In the same way, when you give type as submit, means it is submitting to your form. So form is having the action. Action, whatever file you write, it moves to that file.
Okay. But do you need to give any path like C colon something like that? Because heading.html, how it knows where it exactly located?
It is in the same file. Yeah. What good question. Here we have here the heading in the same location.
Okay.
So it will find if it is in the same folder, it will find out. See here, it is in the
Got
same folder. Form one
it.
and heading is in the same folder. So it is opening. That's what I want to tell next. Like now, suppose you wanted to give the link to a file which is in some other folder, you have to give the complete path.
The
That's
path.
it.
Okay. Got
So
it.
if you go want to go for some location in the Google map, you will put complete location, right? Like
Yes.
URL, what is the address? In the same way, if it is in the same folder, you need not give the path at all, because it is available within the folder, so it can easily find out. But
Yeah.
if it is in some other folder, which is in other, you have to give that path here,
Mhm.
complete path. Suppose here it is in C drive, anywhere in other location, if you want in C HTML, there is a row span or table example. You have to just to know the path, you can just copy the path of any file you want, not only HTML, whatever you want. You just copy that path there and here you can paste the path here. You can manually type, or you can also paste the path that you want. Then when you click, it will open that page.
So
That
ultimately, when you click on the submit button, it will invoke the action,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah, action. If you can give instead of submit button also, but again you have to write one more attribute to provide the link. That also we will see later. But
Yeah.
the nature of submit is like it will go to what? Action. Because you are like submitting the form.
Yeah.
Okay. So like
Thank
this we can write. Yeah. Okay. So like this we can write and we can execute it. And we are not providing any validation. So it automatically goes to that page, whatever it is there. In that page, it is going to that location. Whatever the file you are giving here. See, I provided complete path. If it is within the same folder, you need not provide the path. If it is in some other folder, wherever in your computer, C drive, D drive, or anywhere, in any folder, go there, copy the path of the file, and then paste it here in the action. Copy there and paste it. Then you will get the link given. Clear all? Understood everyone, online students, about the form? We have so much in this form tag. Actually, the input types can be many, and also how we are submitting, creating the forms. Because when you see a real time application form, you can type address, you can type gender, yes or no. Gender will be in a radio circle. How to create the gender, and also drop down list will be there. Suppose you are creating one application form for student or employee, what is their qualification? That qualifications will be in drop down list. And date of birth, date of birth also, like we can provide the download, like any drop down list, like they can select one option. Or you can also provide the calendars, right? Sometimes in we can choose directly date from the existed calendar. So those all things we will be learning in the form tag. Okay. And we can also provide the validation when we are learning the javascript and all. Clear? But
Yeah.
as of now also I can provide a small validation without fetching data and everything. Here, for this tags, whatever we are writing input tags, lastly I will write before closing, after name and everything. If you see here, after this, here inside the tag closing, I will be writing a word called attribute called what? Required. What is that? Required. Here also for the password I am writing what? Required. So this is like when we give this required option and go to the browser now. Once again I am going to execute this. Just saved, I refreshed it. Now when I click login, what it is coming? Is it submitting like previous? No. We are getting like please fill out this field. So what it is not allowing me to move to the next page. So I am giving the username like whatever I want, Likita. And then password, now also we are getting, because I wrote required option for the password tag also. So then I have to give the password also, whatever it is. Then click the login, then it is moving to the next page. So this is like a simple validation without javascript also. Okay, now we have like this options also where we can provide the required attribute for simple basic validation. Whether it will just check whether it is empty or not, not like complete validation of checking the number of characters, everything we have to write coding for it. But this will check only whether it is empty or not. So because you are mentioning it is required, means you have to enter something in that box. Clear everyone? Online students, is it clear about this?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, one question from mine. Like, how many forms a HTML can have? Like, a number of forms or only one single form?
No, any number of forms.
Okay.
We can provide link from one to another form and then develop. You can have
The
any
name
number.
should be the name should be different, right? Each form.
Different. Yes, name should be different.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. And along with that, if you observe now here in the URL, whatever the password I am typing, it is visible. Yes or no? Can you see? Here, suppose I am typing the username and password again. Suppose I am giving the username as like Hemant and the password I am giving as like Satish or something. Now, when I click on login, can you see Hemant is username? It is already visible in the text box that when we type. But password, it should not be visible, no? That is not like when we type password for Gmail, Facebook, if it is available in URL, it's not like secured, right? That's the reason it has to be secured. We are giving type as password. If it is visible in the URL, that means we are not passing the security feature there. So for that purpose, we have one more attribute for the form, like what we have here, name and action, and again we have one more attribute here called, what is that, method. So this method will accept two parameters. One is get, one more is what, post. So I will give both and show you how it is going to work. Now I have given method is equal to what, post method. So now when I run this again, see here, I'm going to refresh the page and I'm going to write like some data here and then click the login. Now is it visible here? Previously it is visible now. So if you are not using the method attribute, or here if you are giving method is equal to post, then it is not visible. But if you want to that get data anytime to be visible, you have to give what, get also. So when you give get, what will happen, it will be visible, the data will be visible. Now again I'm going to refresh. Now I'm going to write like some data and then see here, when I click the login, now it is visible or not? Yes. So here by default it will be visible, or if you want the data to be compulsory visible, you have to give method is equal to what, get. And if you don't want that to be visible in the screen, then you have to give as what, post. What is that, post. So when you give method is equal to post, you can hide the data of the that you are passing from text boxes. How many ever you are creating, when you click the form and submit, when it is moving to the other pages, it won't carry the information in the URL, it won't display the information in the URL. Understood? So this is like one more important attribute of the form tag, name, action, and then what, method. And here we are giving username and then what, password. And here we have text, password, and then the submit button. Clear everyone? Online students, is it clear everyone? Okay. Hmm? Hmm. Yes, that is also adding the property attribute, but it by default it's like a value, it don't have any additional data, it's just an attribute to it. Clear? Okay. So like this we can create the form. So I will show you like some forms, that attributes that we can have. Okay. So like just some small document that we can have on the form. Form will have the name, action, and then what? Method. These are the attributes. And also here we have like the what kind of values you can give for the input type attribute. Input type can be what, a text box or a checkbox also you will be having, like you can put a tick mark selected, you can create the checkbox. And a reset button, reset means what, once you will type everything, if you click reset, everything will be cleared, form will be cleared, no? So for that we have to give type is equal to what, reset. And also any generic button means you will give just input type is equal to what, button, not submit or any text or anything, you can give what, just normal button. And then you can also give what, radio button. Radio means like circle we will be getting. And then submit we can have, and then what, password. So like this we have some important attributes that we can give for what? Input tag. And also, if you want to display some text box which should be taking some number of rows and columns. So when you give text box, you will be entering only like one line or something. If you go beyond that, it may not be visible, it is hidden, right? It will take, but it is not visible on the screen completely. So if you want to create one text box to type your address like door number, street, location, like landmark, everything, it contains multiple rows and multiple columns of data, right? So to create that, we have one more separate tag, that is what? Text area. What is that? Text area. This text area has mainly name we can give for any tag, but rows and columns means how many rows of box you want, how many columns of box you want. It won't display lines, it will just occupy that many rows and columns size, that's it. So using text area, we can create one box where we can enter our address or anything, any information which will be in multiple lines, which will be in what? Multiple lines. So to get that multiple lines of box, we have to give text area with attributes rows and columns. Rows and columns. Clear? So like this we have to create. Okay. Now we will see one by one. Knowing we have seen about what text box and password, and we also have seen what? Submit button. So let us see how to create the radio button now. How to create what? Radio button. So let us create one radio button. I will again create one more file just for you to understand this. I'm going to create like form 2 dot html, and then here I'm going to create like html. In same example also I can do it, but I'm writing in separately. Body tag, and here inside the body tag we are going to write like in any h3 heading like form example I'm writing, and then again I'm writing like form tag. So this form I'm going to write here, and here I'm going to write like input. What is that? Input type is equal to, you can want to create any text, then you can create input type is equal to text, and then name is equal to, I'm going to write like uname, username. Close this, and here I'm going to write like enter username, anything you can give, and then next enter password, and here also I'm going to write like input type is equal to, you will be giving what? Password, and then here name is equal to pwd, that is for the password, and also we can add some break tag. Now, I'm going to write one more, that is what? Gender. You have to select like what is the gender, male or female. Now, for that gender, what we have to take here? Input. Not for the gender, to get the radio button. Input type is equal to, you have to give what? Radio. And then name. So here name attribute is important. So for the name attribute, I'm going to give like again gender only. Name as what? Gender. Either male or female, it is what? Gender. And internally, I want to give as like value is equal to what? Male. Value is equal to male. And also when you click give here gender, for one button it has to display as what? Male. Yes or no? Male, female అనే వర్డ్ కూడా ఉండాలి కదా. సో జెండర్ you are giving, and here colon, here you are writing male, and again I will write one more for the female also. Now here value is equal to what? Female. And here also I'm going to write like female. Got it? Yes. So now after this I'll give break because it has to come into the new line. Okay, so now these are, and we require anyway the submit button, that is normal. Input type is equal to, you have to give what? Submit. And then value is equal to, I'm giving like click or something. Whatever you give in the value, it will be coming on the screen. Now here, if you observe, for both male and female, I have given same name. I have given what? Huh? Okay, yes, thank you. So here if you observe, for the name I have given what? Same name for both the male as well as female as what? Gender only. So let us see why we gave there, and here also I'm giving attributes for the form. I'm giving like action is an important attribute where it has to handle any page that we have already created, we can give. And then action after method also I'm giving, method is equal to like post I'm giving. Now I'm going to save this, and again I'm going to run. Now you can see this, since we have given in break tag, we got in what? New line. So I'm entering the username and I'm entering the password. So when I enter the password, okay, I'm giving some same name as a password, and gender. You will be selecting male or female, but it is selecting only one option, no? Either male or female. Since we have given radio, it is not selecting one. Radio means it is giving as a circle, that's it. Since we have given same name for both, it is selecting one. Suppose here instead of gender, I am giving here M for male and F for female. Suppose I am thinking I can give any name, no? So I have given M and F. Now you can see the output, how it is executing. I'm refreshing the page, I'm entering like the username and then the password. Now see, I'm selecting male, female. Both are selected. Yes or no? But it's not correct, no? It should select only one. So to that, we have to give same name for both buttons. Not because we are giving radio, it is selecting one option. Since we are giving same name for both the buttons, it is selecting only one. Understood? So that is the reason, either it is male or female, it comes to the gender category. So here I am giving what? Gender. So in future when we want to retrieve the value from this radio button, either you have selected male or female. So when you select, like form name is login, suppose you think login dot gender dot value. If you have selected male, the value will be taken as what? Male. If you have selected female, the value internally takes as what? Female. Even though we gave same name, so when you write login dot gender dot value, it will get the value either male or female, because the form has to be submitted, no? When you click create a new Facebook application, you select the gender. When you select the gender option, it will take internally, if you select a male, it will take what? Male option only. This is just the name displayed on the screen. Even though here you wrote female, internally if it is value is male, it will consider as what? Male only. Female, if you have selected also, it will consider as what? Male. So this value is also important role it is playing. Understood? So it takes that value instead of that whatever you are writing. Clear everyone? So this is how we have added one more button, that is what? Radio button. Clear everyone? Online students, about the gender radio button? Yes, I will share the code also. And So those who are attending the session, okay, please give a message to this number. New students means which are already Python or Java. Old students are there, right? You need not give, like Surya, Naresh, and who are attending, like newly batch has been started. No, please Saket, Satish, everyone who is attending, please give a message to this number. Already I have shared. No, once again you can please give a message to this number. Okay, just don't leave, class will be continuing, I'm just sharing. Like 9652, I have already shared once. No, 52532383. Okay, once again I repeat the number what I have shared: 9652532383. I've given type correct. 9652532383. Yes. So those who are attending, you can give a message. Actually, this is the Python number. Who are attending for the Python, they can give for this. And one more number is there for the Java. The above one is for Python. Okay. So those who are attending, interested in that. Now I'm giving the Java number also. For the Java who is attending, just please share also one a message today: 8978345335. Okay, this is also one number: 8978345335. Okay, please share your, just you have attended this session, regular session. So Surya, Naresh, and I can find some names newly: Kiran, who are not joined with that, Sharat, Teja, Saket, few people are there. No, please give a message to that number. And also please enroll as early as possible today or by before Monday, because on Monday the link will get changed. Okay, so those who are not getting enrolled, again you may not be able to uh, join. No, so if you can want something, you can talk to the management also. Please enroll before Monday. Okay, so Monday again. So Saturday and Sunday we will not be having the sessions. So again we will be having at the same time Monday on by 9:15, same time every day. Clear everyone? Online students, is it clear everyone? Okay, and okay, one more example also which I have discussed form one, I will be sharing. And here, whatever the form we are creating here, if you see the output, it is not in a proper structure. If you see the output here for form 1 or form 2, it's still not in a proper structure alignment. Is it aligned equally? No. So what we can do is, like, we can combine the table tag with form tag. We can combine table tag with form tag, making the border as what? 0. So that time what will happen? In each every row and column we will add this forms. So because of this, it will be aligned in the proper alignment. And also we will be seeing about few more tags like center tag. To align center, we are using align attribute equal to center, but there is one separate tag called center to align completely into the center of the page. That also we will see. Like this, there are few important tags that we will be discussing on Monday. And also other form tags, whatever we have, radio buttons we have seen, check boxes, text area, drop down list, few more things are there, right? These all we will be seeing on what? Monday session. Don't miss the session, all of you. Please enroll and join by Monday, all of you.